What is up, bros, bears, muscle mommies, and everything in between? As always, this is Patrick, full primal power, top 40 powerlifter of all time. Today, we have another episode of Is It Autism or Is It Discipline? Today, our breakfast is 180 grams of beef, 3 eggs, 2 slices of American cheese. Now, normally I eat this on 2 bagels with a little bit of honey, but I ran out of bagels. So instead, we're going to be eating it. Ugh. I cleaned my plates and my oatmeal got a little wet. We got 2 packets of dinosaur egg oatmeal because I swear I'm an adult. Right, bud? Who's handsome? You're handsome. This is my dinosaur egg oatmeal. Feed my dinosaurs. Give me dinosaurs. This is my oatmeal. I forgot to record the buddy walk, but look at how messy that face is. This is a remnants of a good walk for a good little guy. Right, bud? Ready to go walk? Yeah. Alright, so we had some work to do. We had to program a client. I told him I was going to do it last night, and I got in too late, so I did it first thing today. And then we had to dump. No. Oh, I'm so attractive. All the video files from the past 2 weeks onto my computer so I could record for the rest of today, because I had like 30 minutes of recording time left on my phone, and I don't like knowing how much time I have left to record. What else we got, buddy? Hey, that's a sleepy little guy. You staring at us from over there? You afraid that I'm gonna wake you up so that we can go do things? Before any of you say anything, he had a bed. He was just refusing to use it, so we took it away and gave it to the other dogs. So he had a bed, he just never used it, and he refused to use it. But now it's time to go eat. I got my pre-training meal that I gotta eat, and then yeah, that's what we got. Pre-training meal. You want to do stretches again, bud? No? Okay. Pre-training meal, and then we go train, and then we try to dig ourselves out of debt. Not in debt yet, but getting close. And still waiting on the start date for my new job, which is wonderful. Everyone loves having a job and not getting paid to do it for some reason or another. Waiting on the, hey, you can start coming into work, and then we'll start paying you. Yeah. Anyways, boys, let's go eat. Caveat, before we actually get ourselves, I'm not having spoons, get ourselves all prepped, or like eating our stuff, we got to prep our post-gym meal, which is about 400 grams of rice, 245 grams of chicken breast, because you know me, I'm a breast man, not a thigh guy. You know, I love boobies, but chicken breast with some sauerkraut and some Himalayan pink salt and mustard to tie everything together. But I'm gonna be out and about because Uber Eats, so I gotta prep this meal so that I can consume it, because my gym has a microwave. So we've got ourselves, we're gonna bring 2 of these. It's gonna end up being 420 grams of white rice. Gonna cut this up, and we're gonna, sir, can I help you? You being camera shy now? You being camera shy? No, not right now. No. Oh, that's my honey. My honey. All right, breast and a half of chicken. And we're gonna just throw some sauerkraut in there, and we'll be good to go. Now that we got that all squared away, we've got our pre-training food. 225 grams of, it's not Captain Crunch, it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch. How many cereals have the word crunch in it? Are they all crunchy? Yeah, they're all crunchy. And 16 ounces of Fairlife fat-free milk. And that's what I don't know why I'm telling you. This is the food that we're going to eat, and we're going to eat this food. That's circular talking, boys. Alright. Some people suck dick for money. Other people metaphorically suck dick for money by doing advertisements for companies for stuff that they barely use, saying it's the best on the earth. So, bear with me for a second while I suck some dick. Guck, motherfucker. No, I'm kidding. It's not this clip. I'm just drinking my protein. It's the intra-training stuff. I put some animal essential amino acids, so I'm not a complete hypocrite in there, because I'm also supposed to have essential amino acids in there. And I just happen to get animal ones for free for sucking dick. Metaphorically. So this is Kirkland Farms protein. You best believe Costco ain't sponsoring jack anyone. If they don't sponsor Costco, Ho, Cat, they're not going to sponsor anyone. But to be the best on the market, you got to use the best on the market. That's why I put animal juiced aminos in my intra-training consumption drink. Let me do that again. In order to be the best on the market, you got to use the best on the market. That's why I put animal juiced aminos in my intra-training carb fuel. Third time's the charm. In order to be the best on the market, you got to use the best on the market. That's why I use animal juiced aminos in my intra-training protein shake. Let's go bench. Hell yeah, I'm so fucking good at that. Not scripted whatsoever. This is normal for everyone. We got the chicken, rice, and sauerkraut, mustard. We got our water and our intra-training. That's normal for everyone going to the gym, right? I'm not weird at all. Let alone that it's all in a dog bowl. Boys and girl, we are on our way to the gym. Let me just apologize to all of you for spiking your earphones, but that's what you guys get for being naughty little boys and girls. We've got a bench day today, Super Bench Wednesday. Today is a Wednesday. I don't know what day of the week this is posting at, but whatever. This is my video. Shut up. What we got going on today, we have 7x2, 455. There's probably a timed rest period in there. I may have just said that I don't actually know if it's 455 7x2. I just have a feeling like it is. I checked my program 2 days ago and I thought that's what it was. Now I'm second guessing myself, and there are children sword fighting in the streets. Fucking love this country. Now I'm out of breath like Sam Sulik. But my phone is actually pretty low on battery for some reason. Probably because I got distracted today. And has anyone else noticed that Instagram is just an advertisement for porn these days? Like, you're like, oh man, this girl's doing a cute little dance. Oh, and there's her OnlyFans link. Cool. Anyways, I'm gonna listen to some music on my way to the gym. So you guys can go fuck yourselves, because this is my life and I do what I want with my life within the legal bounds of the United States Constitution, Bill of Rights, and whatever legal papers determine what I am allowed and not allowed to do. Those are lesbians. Cool. Anyways, Patty out. Well, you guys will see me in like 0.2 seconds when I'm getting ready to bench. I still got to drive to the gym though. We bust a load and call it a deposit, boys. We had ourselves a bench day. And I was completely wrong when I told you guys what I was benching today. I said it was 455. No. We did 465, 7x2. So, how did today go? We did a little bit of extra warming up, which I didn't video because I was hoping my phone was at like 20 something percent, and I wanted to plug it in before I started recording things. But we just basically stretched our chest out with 5-pound plates, doing really a 2-minute a flat back chest fly hold, and then we busted out a bunch of reps to get blood flowing to the muscles that we stretched out, and then we did the same with our triceps and lats by taking the same 5-pound plates and bringing them overhead and getting a real good stretch through the lats and everywhere that required a stretchage going on. So, how did today go? I'm over enthusiastic to talk about today. So, we started off the day. We did the ISO holds with push-ups, which is all cool and dandy and everything. Just gets blood flowing once again, because blood flow is an important thing. And if it weren't for the magic of literature, Frankenstein would never be a thing. So we can't call things electric, and there's brain rot going on. So first warm up, the bar, did it for 10, and then second warm up, 185. We did it for, I believe, 6, and then 315. Our last warm up, a third warm up, we did for, I believe it was 5, and then we jumped up to 465 and started the 7x2. So, how did it feel? Be my therapist for a little bit. My first rep, I went in today thinking, oh, it's just 455, 465, whatever. It's not going to be that hard. Boys, let me tell you about how lifting weights is like becoming a professional shooter. You get really good at shooting, but the lethality of what you're shooting never diminishes. So, the lethality of whatever you're lifting never diminishes. And 465 pounds is always 465 pounds. So it kind of smacked me in the face when I jumped up from 315, did a 150-pound jump all the way up to our working weight. And that first set was a little gross. The descent on the first rep, which is something that I've been trying to work on recently, and I thought I had it under control, but I guess I've started, well, I mean, we're getting into the part of training where we are doing a lot of high inflammation work. We're getting a lot of inflammation in our system because we're lifting heavier, and everything is stretching under a load. So the heavier we go, it's not as good for us. The ligaments and muscles and everything. It's just cool and fun, which is why everyone, when they first start lifting, they're like, oh, everything hurts. Squatting is bad for your knees, because they're not doing reps. They're like, anything above 3 reps is cardio, and that's just simply not true. Everything above 3 reps is therapeutic, because motion is lotion, and if you're not using your lotion, then you're gonna be ashy. Who am I kidding? Your skin's gonna get cracked if you don't use your lotion, but it's not lotion on your skin. It's the movement being a lotion on your muscles, and it's gonna be flaky and gross. So when we do this change, because you're in a higher stress situation because you're lifting heavier. You can lift heavier for sets of 3 than you can for sets of 6. But sets of 6 is therapeutic, where sets of 3 is kind of just, it's got diminishing returns. So I have this issue when I develop a lot of inflammation, that first rep slows down. The first rep is the only rep that matters. But we've been doing a lot of off-season training on working on the time under tension so that it's not as bad for us personally to be training with that time under tension. And we're able to adapt to it a little bit better. Now, I still don't want that present when we are, doing our like actual training, but not training, but competing. But what I do want is as quick of a descent as possible when we are on the platform, because we've got this whatchamacallit, basically a timer, an internal timer that goes on when we are under a load. So I did a lot of research back when I was kind of being a shitty lifter and not having as much accountability. But I noticed whenever I kind of scrubbed the reps and was like, meh, I could get 6 reps out, or I could do really clean reps and I could get 2 reps out. And I would look back at the videos and the videos would be the same amount of time. So I don't like having that slow of a descent. And the descent was slow on every single set. Set 2 and 3, I noticed there was a little bit of unevenness in my bar path. I was favoring, I don't know what favoring means. I think it means I was shying away from my left side. So I brought it back over and I felt the load disperse a little more into my shoulder, triceps, and biceps. And I was like, this is good. And I was able to press through the bar a little bit better, a little bit nicer, and everything kind of went a little bit better. It came up Millhouse, basically. To quote Vintage Beef, the Minecraft YouTuber who I watched all through high school and college. Little fact about me. But then we kind of slowed things down a little bit and tried to implement the leg drive a little bit better, a little bit more powerful, a little bit more demure, a little more cutesy. For those of you who are counting in the comments to curse me out for how many times I've said that, please tell me, because I hate that I've said that so at least once in this video. I tried to get the leg drive a little bit better. I've been hounding one of my friends. She's an intermediate lifter, not quite advanced yet. And she's been having a little bit of scoopage on her bench, and I was talking to her about it, and it's because her touch position is super high. And I noticed that when I get heavier, my touch position kind of creeps up my chest, or not chest, but my torso. And it goes from being optimal, where it's at the bottom of the first ab, and it kind of creeps up towards some nippleage. And that's just, it's not good. But all the second reps moved really good. I hate that even now, taking more time in between reps and resetting everything, it's still working better than the first rep. And I don't know why that is. And I'd like to find out. And I don't know what it is. My coach thinks it's mental. I don't know. It's been an issue for probably, I don't know how long at this point. For as long as I can remember. Yeah, the entire time that I've been lifting. Yeah, so benching went pretty good. We had a fantastical time. No beasts were found. The only beast present was me. And we moved on to the accessories, the incline dumbbell bench. We're still doing with just the 180s, trying to rehab the lower back and be less abusive to that while picking up dumbbells. So we did the 80s instead of the 125s because we also want a little bit of therapeutic action going on. We don't want to accumulate too much fatigue in the upper body. And we still want to get a stimulus. So instead of doing a 3x10, I did a 1x30 that's not programmed, and I probably shouldn't have done that. but I wanted to get out as soon as possible so I could get onto the roads and clock in as fast as possible. Yes, I am doing Uber Eats right now while I record this for you, boys and girl. I do need to get gas at some point, though. And I have my food next to me, getting cold while I'm talking to you guys. What we got eating today, we've got 420 grams of sticky white rice. We've got 245 grams of chicken, which you saw me portion out earlier today. We've got a glob of sauerkraut and honey mustard to tie it all together. I forgot my flaky pink salt, so it's not going to be as tasty as it usually is. But, you know, champions know how to open their throat, and they know how to ignore the tastes in their mouth. The less you're willing to do in order to achieve your goals is the less distance you're going to get when you want to achieve your goals. And yeah. So after the incline dumbbell bench, we did the incline dumbbell skull crushers, getting a really good stretch there with the 25s. We could move up with those, but we're not gonna, just because we want that therapeutic effect, the rehabilitation and stretching of the triceps, especially the triceps. Keep those healthy so that I don't start to develop extra inflammation and pain, because Toradol can only do so much. Google supplements that NFL players take in between games, and you'll understand what Toradol is. It's an anti-inflammatory, and it's really powerful. But you don't want to use it all the time unless you're in the NFL and you can afford to use it all the time. Yeah. So not finished off, but we also did the cable flies. We did get a new Jungle Gym fly machine. You know the 8-in-1 with a crossbar kind of thing that every Planet Fitness has, where they've got like a bunch of cable stacks. That's what we got, and it's really nice, and I like it a lot. But I don't have the numbers. I don't know how to convert the numbers that I've been using to that. So we're not using that. We're still using the old crummy one that we've been using this entire time. And then we finished off with dumbbell curls. Got a pretty decent bicep pump. I did have a little bit of like inner elbow kind of tightness when I was going with the full supination, trying to expand on that supination. So that's something to keep an eye on. But we have arrived at a hot spot for Uber Eats deliveries. I didn't get a single delivery, and oh, there it is. So on my off days, I do Uber Eats for 10 to 14 hours a day, and I did it for 12 hours yesterday. And this customer, they tip baited me, which means you put up this thing like when you do Uber Eats, you say, "Hey, I'm going to tip this much," and then the driver sees the customer is tipping this much, so you're going to get paid this much. Here's the miles and everything that goes into that. And they tip baited me. So they basically were like, "Hey, you're going to get tipped $15 for this 11-mile drive." I was like, "Cool, that's more than $1 per mile. I'm definitely going to do this." And then after I dropped it off, they have an hour to change it, and it's kind of predatory that they allow this to happen. But they took away the entire tip. So instead of getting paid $15, I got paid $3. So I contacted Uber support, and I was like, "Hey, they tip baited me. Can I block them from all future requests?" Because they do not give a shit. Uber support does not give a shit about drivers complaining about tip baiting. And the best you can do is you can mention, "Hey, this customer tip baited me. I would like to block them from all. I would like to no longer receive requests from this specific user." And that oh, good grief. And then they block that person from all future from popping up when you're driving about. It's intended for the like regular Uber, but you can kind of, you have to go through Uber support for Uber Eats to do that with the Uber Eats customers. And that's all the Uber Eats drivers can do when you get tip baited by a customer. And like, you'll be on conversations with Uber Eats support, and like, if you go into the Uber drivers or Uber subreddit, you'll see a bunch of people just cursing out customers for tip baiting and stuff. And but what I did that, and I was in a chat with them for about 2 hours, Uber support, doing deliveries while doing that. And last time this happened, the day after, I got the full tip. And I was thinking to myself, if I hadn't done anything, I wouldn't have gotten this tip. So I was like, hopefully I get the full tip in the morning. This morning, I wake up and I get a notification, delivery not, notification that delivery was not delivered. And I was like, this little bitch. They received the notification they got a negative review from a driver, and that their account has no like negative problem. I don't know what they tell the customers, but basically I feel like they tell the customers that something negative is now on, or they're on like probation or something, whatever, or they've received a negative review for their actions, or for their whatever with a driver. So like, if you're a shit passenger in a regular Uber, you're gonna get this notification that you were a shit passenger. And tip baiters, they think that nothing negative is going to happen, because a lot of the Uber drivers don't understand that they can actually report tip baiters. It's like an unofficial report where it's like, hey, this person tip baited me, I don't want to be paired with them anymore. That's all that us Uber drivers can do. And I think they get notified that they've been blocked by a driver or something. I don't know what happens on the customer side, but I got a notification this morning that the delivery that I made was not made. And so I contacted Uber, and they're like, we're aware that customers lie about deliveries not being delivered, but this is not one of the cases. I was like, okay, I know exactly which customer this was. I know their address. Look at the delivery from this restaurant to this address. Notice the address and notice the house number on the address match, because when you do a leave it door as an Uber driver, to cover your own ass, because customers try to claim that people steal shit all the time. Some Uber drivers do, but I don't. But I make sure to get the house number in every single picture. It like when I do a leave it door, because you have to leave a picture. So I deliver it, and I know that the delivery, the address and the pin drop, because they ask the customers to be like, hey, where are you on this map? And they go here, and it's sometimes actually we're there, but the address that they gave me was 14, but the pin drop was at 74. And I was like, this is a little sketchy, but the I'm going to cover my own ass, because the text that I am given is 14, so I'm going to drop it off at 14. So I dropped it off there, and took the picture, made sure that 14 was in the picture, and I sent it. I told Uber support after they were like, you have a negative mark on your profile, because this delivery was not delivered. And I said, review the picture and notice that the addresses line up. And then they were like, okay, you no longer have a negative mark. The customer now has a negative mark for lying to us about this. So I'm like, they don't seem really enthusiastic about this. And they were like, there is no negative mark on your driver profile from this incident. We're sorry that you have had this experience with us. And I'm like, okay, it would have been cool if you guys cleaned it up, but I guess not. And now I'm out. I've been out for, what, 20, 30 minutes at this point talking. And I know that I've sliced through this and spliced out all my pauses and stuff. So it's not actually like 30 minutes. But I've gotten a total of 2 requests. I'm in a hotspot. 2 total requests in 30 minutes, and both of them for less than $5. Of course, there's another one. 3 requests for less than $5. One was for 4 something, and the others have been $2 each. So I feel like there is still a negative mark on my profile, despite having a 100% customer satisfaction rate, 97% on-time rate, and being an Uber Diamonds driver. They don't give a shit. The customers don't give a shit. They just wanted a free meal. And little do they know that I'm depending on this for my livelihood right now as I wait for my new job to start. I'm starting to think maybe I need to get a job somewhere while I wait for the job that I have to actually start, because this Uber Eats is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. So I don't know what I'm going to do if the Uber Eats isn't going to work out because of one shitty customer getting me blacklisted on Uber Eats. Because that's not cool. That's the pinnacle of being a shitty person. It's one thing for someone to be begging on the side of the road, but it's another thing that they're working and you make it a point to make sure that they can't work. You know, I'm not homeless and I'm not would be, but yeah. So I'm gonna eat my meal and I'm gonna hopefully make some money. My daily goal on these training days is $50. I might have to stay out pretty late tonight, just so I hit that goal. But because drunk people and pot users fucking love Taco Bell and McDonald's. But it's a Wednesday, so it's going to be slow, and it's been slow the past 2 weeks. So I don't know what's going to happen. But fingers crossed, because I got bills to pay. All right, so we approximately hit the $50 quota. It only took 6 hours. Good job, me. Good job, market. And it's super late. We're supposed to have 400 grams of rice, 220 grams of beef, 70 grams of guacamole. But I would rather masturbate with sandpaper than prepare fresh rice right now. And so we are going to opt for the super lazy, super lab rat, super convenient alternative, which is going to be a carb source, adequate protein. So we're going to see how much protein would be in 220 grams of you can see that my brain's not working. Beef. And then also, and then match that with protein powder, and then consume a carb source. We're going to be under macros, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. And a lot of time, unless your life is going real well, better than nothing is the best you can do. And that's where we're at right now until my new job starts. Which, fucking please soon. Life's getting stressful. Anyways, I'm going to go prepare that and I'll bring you guys along. I forgot my gallon of water and shaker cup at the gym. So I had to stop off at the gym, which was completely empty, and pick that up before I left so that I could make my egregious amount of protein. But I'm tired. I'm gonna do that. I have to clean my bowl so it's ready for tomorrow. So see you there.